Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope we're good. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. Well done for rolling out your mat. It's 8 o'clock. We are live and we are going to get going. So come to find child's pose. That's where we're going to begin this morning. Knees wide, big toes touch, reach out the arms. And yeah, I hope we're all good. Okay. So settle down. Like I said, knees nice and wide, big toes together. If that feels too much, just elevate the hips a little bit with a bed pillow, a cushion, a blanket, and then ease yourself forward into, your version of child's pose this morning. And just start to kind of move around a little bit, nestle the torso down between the thighs. If the floor feels far away first thing in the morning, just bring it to you. You can bend the elbows, rest the head on the forearms. If you've got any yoga props nearby, you can use those as well. But however you want to get settled, find that shape, find that position. And we're soft here to begin with. Yeah, the shoulders are kind of back away from the ears. We're not reaching out the arms. We're trying to be heavy in the hips. And wherever the forehead's resting, just bring your attention to the skin around the eyes, the jaw, the cheeks. Try to ease and soften those areas. And just check in, notice how you're feeling this morning. Sometimes I try to land on a single word. That helps my mind from kind of going into lots of extra details. And as always, it's not about kind of digging into that. It's just about acknowledging and bringing awareness to how you're feeling. That's what we're trying to do in yoga, build awareness. And when you feel you've had that little conversation with yourself, that internal dialogue, I want you to try to shift your focus now over to the breath if you haven't already. Some of you might be there, that's great. You want to get into the habit really whereby any stillness on your mat or any time you come to your mat, automatically you're like, okay, let's start to breathe more consciously. So just take a few rounds on your own, noticing how the breath is moving this morning, noticing how it's feeling. Try and use the inhales to lengthen and find a bit more space. And then use the exhales just to ease in and soften and ground. Take a nice long exhale wherever you are. And then breathe in for the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep that up. Breathing in. 2, 3. And breathing out. 2, 1. Good. Keep that up. Deep, rich breaths in. Long, slow, steady breaths out. And if anything, that's all we're focusing on today. Staying close to that breath. Move at your own pace. Do what feels good. Wishing you all a really lovely practice. On your next inhale, just start to stretch the fingertips a little bit further to the front of the mat. Almost allow the elbows to lift. The shoulders might come up by the ears a little bit. Try and draw them back and down. Let's walk the hands over to the right and have a nice stretch through the left side body. I like to always come onto my fingertips here just to really encourage a feeling through, upper arm, shoulders, side body, chest, all those areas. Back to center. And then straight to the other side. Good. Again, really just thinking about lengthening the right side body now. So think about right hip all the way up to the fingertips. Lovely. Back to center. Spread the fingers. Let's pull ourselves up to tabletop. Square the knees. Get them under the hips. Wrists under the shoulders. Nice and strong and long through the spine. So a bit of movement here that feels good this morning. You've got your more traditional cat-cows, and then you've obviously got any movement that feels good. Sometimes it's nice to kind of sway from side to side, shoulders forward, hips side to side. What feels good this morning? Great. Okay, we're working on some strength this morning, so let's go straight into a reach with the foot and the hand. So kicking the right heel back, reaching the left arm forward. So everything's kind of switching on straight away here. Yeah? Push through that grounded hand. You can tuck the back toes if that helps you feel a bit more stable. Try to draw the navel in so we're not bananaing the back too much. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Listen carefully on 1. Hand down, create a little kickstand with the left foot so it's going to come off your mat. Plant the right foot to the back of the mat and just go into a side stretch towards the back of the mat. So you're sliding your right hand down, you're reaching your left arm up, maybe holding the back of the head, giving yourself a nice stretch through the tricep. If you want to grab that hand, you can, with the right hand kind of reaching up the back. Yogi's choice. Try and send the left hip towards the front of the mat. Breathing here for 3. For 2, listen carefully on 1. You're going to come back down to a supported side plank now, okay? So if you want, there's some options here. You can lift that back foot, okay? We're just staying here. Be mindful we're not too close with that hand. You're long here, yeah? Create space. Staying here, or elbow and knee are going to come together for a count of 5. For 4. For 3. Try and crunch and touch them together if you can. For 2. Good. On 1, elbow and knee come together, and then we come back down. We swivel to face the mat. The knees both come down now, and we're in this kind of like half press up position. Lift the chin, draw the collarbones back. Exhale halfway. Inhale, come back up. You got 4 more of those. Exhale halfway. Inhale, come up. If it's too much, you walk the knees in and you just send the forearms to the floor and work here. And work towards those knees going a little bit further. Okay, let's just do 2 more. Exhale halfway. Inhale up. Exhale halfway. Inhale up. Push back, knees wide. Take a little break. Child's pose. Active here. Yeah? When you're ready, back to tabletop, pull yourself up. We go straight into the other side. So left heel kicks away. Right fingertips reach forward. Wobbles are fine. Remember, right fingertips are an option. You can just kind of place the fingertips on the floor and be here. I should have said if you want to move the wrist and the ankle, you can. Keep grounding through that base hand. Remember, tucking back toes if that helps. How's the breath? Draw the navel in. We're here for 3. For 2, other side now. On 1, right hand down, right foot comes off. Supported side plank on the other side. Yeah? I'm just going to switch around so I can see the screen. Don't worry about that. You stay where you are. Float that leg if you can. So the left leg is now reaching up and off. Remember about that, making yourself long. And then if you can, left elbow, left knee come together for 5. For 4. Try and get the knee and the elbow above you for 3. Good. For 2. Nice. On 1, extend out, drop the hand, and you're back in that supported kind of version of plank. Now, if you feel okay, you're going to tuck your toes and come into a high plank. We're here and we're holding. We're breathing. Push the floor away. Wake up the whole body. Draw the navel in. Make yourself nice and long. Breathing for 3. For 2. Listen carefully on 1. You're going to drop the knees and do 5 presses again. Remember what you know. Walk the knees in if you need to. And come here for 5. For 4. It's really important the elbows are going back, the upper arms are brushing the rib cage. For 3. Even if you just do a little one for 2, rather than coming halfway. Good. On 1, push back, child's pose, let it go. Now those felt hard for a long time, and do for many, many people for a very long time. It's practice. It really is practice. Okay, take another breath. And then when you're ready, back to tabletop. Okay, this time we're tucking the toes, we're hovering the knees, coming into a little hover, okay? But remember, that push sensation, don't be here, be here. Okay, and just a little hover of the knees. They're an inch or 2 off the ground. Now, how's the breath here? Are we breathing? You can stay here for 5 more, or if you want, little tap of the knee to the elbow for 5. For 4, and switch, so right, left for 3. I know, right? For 2, squeeze and crunch. Last one. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. Just 5 little taps on each side, that was. If they felt a bit hard again, just stick with the hover, work towards things. And it's your first downward dog, so walk it out, do what you need to. Enjoy your first downward dog. Think about chest to thigh, think about hips to sky. Good. Okay, let's step the feet back a little and roll forward to a high plank. Okay, so that length is needed. You need to do that little step back. Let's this time lower the knees and the belly all the way to the floor for a count of 4, 3, 2, on 1, you're all the way down. Now be mindful the elbows don't splay out. You're going to whip them back and almost squeeze the rib cage with the upper arms. And then inhale, little lift of the chest, squeeze shoulder blades, exhale, release yourself down. Just do a few more of those. Tops of the feet are pressing down. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release it down. You got 3 more. Breathe in, curl up, squeeze and lift. Breathe out, relax down, soften. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. And this time when you breathe out, forehead down. Remember what you know, press through the thumbs. Point those elbows behind you. Toes tuck. Toes, knees, hands are going to stay on the floor. The rest of you is going to switch on and make yourself really strong so you can push yourself up on an inhale like in one straight line. Wah. Exhale, hips back and high, downward dog. You're going to have to walk your feet in a touch to adjust that. Okay, let's do that 1 breath, 1 movement now. So inhale, walk the feet back, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, knees and belly to the floor. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, forehead down. Tuck toes, 1 line of energy. Inhale, push up. Exhale, hips back and high. Can you give me 2 more of those? That push up, that lower, really, really important. We go steady and slow. Inhale, high plank. You got this. Exhale, knees with control, belly to the floor. Good. Resist the urge to drop. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, forehead down, prepare. Inhale, 1 line, push yourself up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one like that. Inhale, walk the feet back, high plank. Roll it forward. Exhale, knees and belly to the floor, super slow. Inhale, little squeeze and lift. Exhale, forehead down. Inhale, 1 line, strong. Exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. Let it go. Take a few breaths. How is the breath? Yeah? Come back to that nice, long, steady breath. When you feel ready, you're going to walk your feet, come to downward dog if you're not already there. You're going to walk your feet to the top of the mat in a nice dangling position. Good, okay, so it's our first kind of forward fold, so a little bit more intense than downward dog. Hips are over the heels, knees are soft, and you can sway a little bit from side to side here. Your version of a forward fold. Okay, we're going to flow through some sun salutations. You've got that option of what we just did, knees, belly to the floor. If not, we're going to start working with chaturanga now, okay? So let's roll up and come to stand. We're going to do some little drills in between. Just always cut my head off here, don't I? Let's see, hopefully that's okay. Okay, standing tall, top of the mat. How are we feeling? Give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. Actually, let's do a little side stretch here. We haven't done much side stretching, so reach the arms up and just do a little stretch to the side. So grab one wrist, then grab the other. Oh, enjoy a little few of those. And anything else, sometimes it's nice to press the hips forward as well. Feet a bit wider for that one. Right, little shake. One breath, one movement until we get to downward dog. Inhale, arms forward and up, reach to the sky, look high. Exhale, full forward fold, head nice and heavy. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Just pause here. Come up as much as you need to, as long as you're getting a flat back, yeah? Gaze is slightly forward. Let's just do that a couple of times. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, fold. It's like we inhale are preparing and then exhaling, softening. Just do two more. If you want, reach the arms. That really gets you to feel what this posture is like, because it's a posture. Although it's a one breath transition one, it's still a posture. Halfway. Once you reach your arms, you're like, okay, that's what should be happening. Some of us put a lot of weight onto the feet or the hand or the floor. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, deeply fold. As you exhale, you're going to step really far back to your high plank. So option knees, or if you feel ready, halfway is chaturanga. Roll over the toes. Remember that push? Push yourself through to upward facing dog, or you're pushing yourself up to that half plank position. And then exhale, you're either pushing back through child's pose to downward dog, or you're rolling over the toes to downward dog. So that push you're learning is the same push that you go from chaturanga to up dog. So when we're here after cobra and we push up, it's the same push that I want you to feel as you push into up dog. All right, 5 breaths, downward dog. Stillness, focus. First round, we're not going to do any drills in our downward dog. We're just going to take 2 more breaths. Okay, we're journeying to the top of the mat. So a little hop or a walk, halfway lift. We're back in that position. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, back to stillness. Okay, round 2. Let's start to move in our downward dog. Inhale, arms up. Remember what you know. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, switch everything on, look forward, lean into the toes. Exhale, big step back to plank, further back than you think. Knees or chaturanga, up dog or push back to cobra, and then exhale, we all meet in downward facing dog. Okay, option, you can stay here, or 3-legged dog. We're floating the right leg nice and high. So really think when we're in our 3-legged dog about the hips staying square. Equal pressure through the hands. We don't want to open the hip right now. We're going to do that next time. And we're going to bring our knee all the way into our chest, okay? So inhale, lift the leg higher. Exhale, roll forward, draw the knee into the chest. See if you can always tap the upper right arm. Inhale, take the leg back. Exhale, roll forward, draw the knee into the chest. Squeeze. Notice the back toes. I'm high on the back toes. 3 more. Inhale back. Let's not rush them. Exhale, roll forward. Good. Inhale back. Exhale, roll forward. That's 4. You've just got 1 more. Inhale back. Exhale, roll it forward. See if you can hover for a moment. Step the foot between the hands. Left foot joins it, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, come to stillness. Well done. Okay, left side. Inhale, arms up. Reach. Exhale, fall forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember what you know. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, come through to chaturanga, or knees, and then come through to cobra or up dog. Exhale, push back strongly or roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, the left leg is going to float up now. So when you're ready, left leg nice and high. Take a moment here to adjust, drive the heel away, keep the hips in line. Take an inhale to lift the leg higher and an exhale to roll forward, knee towards the chest. Good, you've got 4 more. Inhale back. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Really crunch. Inhale back. How's the breath as you do these? Exhale, roll it forward. Good, 2 more. Breathe in to go back. Breathe out to come forward. Last one. Breathe in. Little hover if you can, right at the top. Just pause, squeeze, and then step the foot through. Right foot joins the left foot, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, back to standing. Okay, well done. We've already done 3 rounds. We're going to do a few more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. You know what you're doing now. Exhale, big step back. And if you get tired and you use your technique in chaturanga, just come back to the knees. It's still hard. That little push back is tough, yeah? Breathe in to come through. Breathe out to push back. Okay, this time we're going to lift the right leg again now, back over to the right side. Bend the knee, stack the hip. We're coming into a wild thing. Okay, sorry, not a wild thing, a split dog. So the knee is high, the hips are stacked. Push the floor away, equal pressure through the hands. We're holding, we're breathing, we're lifting knee, we're stacking hip. You got 3 more breaths. Okay, listen carefully. We're going to have a little go at fallen star or fallen triangle. It has a few names. So as you come back to 3-legged dog, inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, roll forward and almost swivel to bring the knee towards the left elbow. Notice I've dropped onto the back of my left heel, sorry. Then you're going to kick the leg out so it comes off the mat. You're going to reach the top hand high. Now squeeze and lift. So the blade edge of my right foot is on the floor off the mat. I'm on the back of my whole back foot. Reach the arm. See if you can squeeze and lift for 3. It's a tricky one. Breathing for 2. We're going to come back to this. On 1, top hand down. Swivel back onto the back toes. Bring the knee into the chest. Step the right foot through. Ooh, did you make it? Left foot joins the right foot, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back to standing. Fallen triangle, okay? Let's give it a go on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, big step back to plank, knees or chaturanga, yogi's choice. Inhale, come forward and through to up dog or cobra. Exhale, push back strongly from that cobra. Okay, split dog on the left now. So inhale, left leg nice and high. Bend the knee, split your dog. So knee high, hip stacked. Equal pressure through the hands. Shoulders and chest are still square to the earth. Equal kind of push back as well with the hands. You got 3 more breaths here. Can you lift the knee higher? Can you stack the hip more? Okay, you know what's coming now. So let's listen carefully and go through this carefully. Roll forward to 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, this time we're tapping the right elbow or thereabouts. You're dropping onto the back heel. You're reaching the right arm high. You're dropping the foot, off the mat, blade edge down. Now squeeze and lift. So the foot's about halfway up the mat. off the mat, the long edge of the mat. Shoulders are stacked, maybe you're looking up. It's kind of like a side plank with the leg out off the mat in front of you. For 3, I know. For 2, side body working, hopefully. Arm 1, right hand down, right knee into chest, step the foot forward, left foot joins it top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back down to stillness. Right, we'll take a break off the core. We'll do a little bit of shoulder stuff now, okay? Inhale, arms up. We're going to come back to that fallen triangle though. I know. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big step back to plank. So you should be getting into the flow of these now. Remember, knees. Don't lose the technique, yeah? If we're tired, we miss the vinyasa or we go to our knees. Downward facing dog. Okay, so let's leave the legs for a little bit, even soften the knees if you need to. We're going to exhale, hover the forearms, and you're going to inhale, lift the forearms. You've got 10 of them. So exhale to hover, inhale to lift. Exhale to hover, inhale to lift. Exhale for 4, inhale, lift. Let's not rush these. You've got 5. And it's an exhale. And it doesn't matter how low you're hovering. For 6, just give me 4 more. Exhale, hover, forearms down, and then change your mind, lift them up. For 3, exhale for 2. Well done, last one. Hover, change your mind, let it go. Let's just drop the knees, sit back, do a little chest stretch. Hands behind head, elbows wide. If you want to move a little bit here, that's fine. So hopefully when you do those little hovers, you're feeling the shoulder. We're building mobility and strength in those. We're moving the shoulder in new ways and we're pushing it back into place, building strength. Good, so that should feel pretty nice, opening the chest, elbows wide. Okay, from here, come back down. This time, drop your forearms down, yeah? As if we're in downward dog hands, but we've dropped the forearms down. Walk the knees back. So almost in like our forearm supported plank, yeah? And then we're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees, and find our forearm plank. We're just here for 5, for 4. Keep pushing, same sensation as high plank, spread the shoulder blades, 3, 2, walk the feet in on 1, and we're coming into our dolphin. So we were just hovering the forearms down. When we do drop them all the way down, we end up in this position called dolphin, which is just like downward dog, but the forearms are down. See if you can hold for 5, for 4, weight is back, for 3, for 2, listen carefully on 1, see if you can push through the arms, back to downward dog, and then just walk the feet in and dangle at the top of the mat. Let it go. Well done. Really good. Roll up through the spine. Come to stand. Give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. Okay, well done. We've done 6 rounds now. Got 4 more to go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, deeply fold. The last couple will be a bit more gentle. Okay, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, big step back to plank. Knees or chaturanga, yogi's choice. Inhale, come forward and through. Exhale, push it back. Okay, we're coming back to that fallen star. We're going to go straight in, okay? So inhale, right leg nice and high. Maybe take an exhale, split your dog. Inhale, come forward, roll forward, and get into fallen star. So right foot kicks out, left arm comes high. Good. And then from here, you might stay here. Some of you might be able to lift the foot. See if you can do that first of all for 3, for 2. Good. On 1, foot down, hand to back of head, open the chest, and then bring the elbow to elbow. You just got 5 of these. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. If this is too much, you can drop this knee down. Should have said that earlier, sorry. You got 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Sorry, I thought my incense was burning something then. Exhale, crunch. Good. Inhale all the way up. Extend the leg if you did drop the knee. Drop the hand, step the foot through. Inhale, halfway lift top of the mat. Exhale, fold. One day I'll set my hair on fire on one of these videos and it won't be funny. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, did we get that okay? Left side, inhale, arms up. We're on the last couple rounds now. Well done. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big step back. Good. Chaturanga or knees. Inhale, come forward and through. Exhale, push back. Okay, same thing other side. So inhale the left leg high. Exhale, roll forward, bring it to the right elbow, drop onto the left heel. First option is to try and hover the leg just for 3, for 2, good on 1. If you need to drop the knee, do it now, and we'll do those crunches. Hand to back of head, open the chest on the inhale, tap the elbows on the exhale. For 4, if your leg's still extended, squeeze the inner thighs together. For 3, get the shoulder over the wrist, stack the joints, it helps the wrist strength. For 2, good, hopefully you're feeling this in the side body. Good, on 1, release the hand up, hand down, left foot forward, right foot joins it, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Well done, you're doing great. Inhale all the way up and exhale back to standing. You've got 2 more rounds, okay? Let's go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, big step back. So this is your last but one vinyasa. So take your options. You've still got 1 more after this. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Okay, we're coming back to our dolphin pose. So if you want to get in there the way you did before, I would recommend that. You can drop down from here, but sometimes our technique isn't always best. So I like to come down onto my knees, find my forearms, spread my fingers, head is heavy, tuck the toes, and then start to walk in. Because it really doesn't matter about the knees being bent. It's about this pushing sensation back, head nice and heavy. Now you can stay here, or the drill now is to clasp the hands together and to move the chin over the thumbs for 10. So if you're doing these little rocks for 9, keep going. If you're just practicing holding your dolphin, it's our last little bit of work. For 6, for 5, for 4, or maybe you're just holding your dolphin, yeah? For 3, stay with me, for 2, good, last one, well done. Push back, release, hands down, take a look forward. Okay, last little bit of work, then we've got 1 more round, and I promise you, we're gonna wind ourselves down that time. Soften the knees, see if you can take a little jump and kick the heels to the butt. So you're just gonna lift the feet and see if you can land in the same position. So we're not jumping forward. So soften the knees like you're going into a pounce position, and then kick the heels to the butt. If you can, as many of those as you can do. I'm going to do 10. If you want to do 5, that's fine. So soften the knees, little pounce position, look forward, kick the heels to the butt. That's 9. 8. 7, waking us up for Saturday. 6, try and move over the wrists. 5, 4, maybe take a little break between if you need to. 3, 2, landing lightly. 1, nice. Now take a breath. I know we're going to jump forward. So look forward, bend the knees, jump forward, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale back to standing. Last round. Okay, we're going to take it nice and slow. Round 10. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, deeply fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big step back. Last chaturanga or knees. Inhale, come through to up dog. Exhale, push back to down dog. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Feet wide, hands wide. Just be still. Let it go. Three more breaths. Nice. All we're going to do is practice that little jump to the top of the mat. But this time, let's jump into a yogi squat. So before we do, turn your feet out to the corners of your mat and just walk your hands back. And let's see how our yogi squat's feeling before we jump into one. So we're in a yogi squat at the back of the mat now. Maybe move around a little bit here. Good. Nice, and then pad the hands forward. Come back to your downward dog. And just like you did before, that little pounce position, look forward and see if you can jump into your yogi squat. Nice. Then inhale, push the floor away, come all the way to stand, reach the arms, and then exhale, top of the mat. Close the eyes, come to find your breath. Well done, guys. I did 10 rounds. Awesome. Time to come to the earth now. So I don't mind how you get there. I like to try and sit down from standing by bringing the sit bones to my heels and landing myself down. And yeah, walk the heels forward, shuffle the bum back a little, release yourself down. We're coming to lie down. Great. If you've got a brick handy, you might want to take that option, but yogi's choice. Let's move the knees, switch them from side to side. Just let it go. Lovely. Okay, to finish, we're going to do some leg raises. And then after that, we're just going to hold a supported bridge with or without the brick. So with your leg raises, the lower the heels go, the more intense it is. The more the legs are straight, the more intense it is. So if you need to ease these or make them a little bit easier, soften the knees and don't go as far with the range of motion or movement. So most important thing, lower back is grounded. Hands can be beside you to help, or maybe behind the head, whatever feels good to help your lower back stay grounded. Let's all start off with bent knees just to see how we get on, because even that, you might have started to lift your low back. So I want you to press it down, okay? And then from here, we're going to do the right leg, heel to the floor. We're going to do the left leg, heel to the floor. And then option to do both legs, heel to the floor. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to keep going for about a minute, okay? We're not rushing. We're coming in and out. We're going up and down. Okay, minute has started. And then, if you want, you can start to think about doing it with a straight leg. Right, left, and then both. Go at your own pace, go with your own breath. If you're feeling, hey, I could do both legs a lot more, then you can literally come to leg raises with the both legs for the whole minute if you want. Be mindful the low back isn't lifting. Yeah, be really aware of that. We want to feel the whole of the tummy muscles working, the side body a little bit as well, hip flexors. Okay, you've got about 20 more seconds. Well done. Really good. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Listen carefully. On 1, wherever you are in your cycle, bring both heels down, hover the heels, lift the torso so the shoulders come off the earth. It's just the hips, maybe the middle back in the ground. We're here for 10, 9, lift and reach, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good, on 1. Bend the knees, let the feet come down. And when you're ready, you're going to lift into a supported bridge. And this is where a brick might feel really nice, because you can just place it underneath your sacrum and just allow the hips to be heavy on the brick. And you'll get a nice stretch through the belly here. So just taking that final posture. Let it go. Really squeezing the butt, really pressing through the heels, pressing through the big toes. If you're on your brick and you've placed it there, just really allow the hips to be heavy. Last couple breaths. When you're ready, removing the brick, coming all the way down, untucking the shoulders if you didn't use your brick, swishing the knees from side to side. Let's shuffle the hips to the left, let the knees and hips go over to the right. Final bit of twisting just to finish off the practice. So knees and ankles are stacked, hips are stacked, shoulders are soft, chest is heavy. You might have even extended your left arm out and looking over your left hand, towards your left hand, sorry. Staying with the breath as well still, yeah? These are the most meaningful breaths, deep, rich, conscious, enjoy them. Back to center, shuffle hips right, stack knees, ankles, hips to the left. Whoa, I just had a really loud crack. I don't know if you heard that on the microphone. That was nice. Gaze over to the right. Breathing for 3, for 2. Good, on 1. Bring yourself back to center. And by all means, if you want to kind of chill out for a little bit now, you can. I'm going to get us to roll up to seated just to end the practice and say goodbye. So take your time to come up. If you're choosing to relax for a few moments, just close your device and I'll see you soon. If you're finishing the practice with me, just come to sit, roll the shoulders, sit nice and tall. Little bow down, chin to chest. Just take a few moments here to notice how you feel. To think about how you're moving into the next part of your day. Move through space and time with intention, with clarity, with truth. Yoga is about getting to know who you are, the deepest parts. So keep getting to know yourself. Go through life with intention. Well done. You did great. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow if you're joining me online or at any other time. All right, bye. Well done, everyone. Have a great day.